And without further ado, I want to introduce some of that future for where the direction of our reunion is going to go. And there's three gentlemen that are very involved in that effort, and there's a young lady as well who's involved with that. But first, Bob Kauser. Come on, Bob, let's stand up. Terry Rockner. Whoops. That was Terry's fault, I think. Somebody's fault back there. Terry Rostner. And somebody you may not know, someone you may not know, but his lovely wife, Chris. So Chris, could you stand up, please? Chris is in charge of name tags and more. Okay, she's done a lot for the 45th and the 50th. Terry's done a tremendous amount, and we also want to acknowledge Tim Schreiner. Where's Tim sitting? Tim is playing an instrumental role in the website, the blogging. He's a journalist by trade, and many of us have been really taken by some of the essays he's penned in the past. So we really appreciate his efforts, and he's going to do a lot going into the future. And into the future, we go with Bob Kauser.
Thank you, Paul. Wow, it's really, can you hear me? Is it working? It's really nice to be here. I've never been amongst such a distinguished crowd, such beautiful ladies and so many handsome men. And I even see some of my former teammates here. There's Chuck Keeler sitting over there. And when we were playing football in high school, Chuck was a running back and I was a lineman blocking for him. And we had a play I used to call the lookout block, where I try to block a guy and I tell Chuck, I think I missed him, look out, I think he's coming after me. I'm going to be brief, and what I want to do tonight is to just sort of talk about a lot of the tools that we had developed. But before I do that, I just want to give you a little history of that. After the 45th reunion, I was with Terry Rostern, and we were hanging out at the Red Rooster, kind of reminiscing on the 45th. And we kind of discussed how tedious it must be to try to put an event like that together, relying on a bunch of emails or a listserv, and all the risks that go with that, with spamming and spoofing and compromise to your computer security system. And we thought that, and also Paul had to make a lot of targeted telephone calls just to make sure that the information he was getting was true. He had to verify all that stuff. So we had some thoughts about that with all the tools available on the internet. We discussed it off and on, and never quite had the impetus to kind of jump and make it happen. And then about literally 3 or 4 weeks ago, we said, you know what, it's kind of like now or never. So we jumped in, and with Terry's, I don't know, I don't want to praise him too much, but with his intelligence, I'm trying to remember all the words you told me to say, Terry.
3 more.
Yeah. With his background, and he's a natural-born techie. You know, he's, it's hard to describe it, but trust me. And then Chris, who's got a lot of graphic skills, and I had some interest in graphics and video making, so we decided we're going to go ahead and launch this. So we put up a website, we put up a blog page, we did the Facebook site, and then we also added the YouTube site, all in the name of the class of '66. And then after about a week or so, we realized, you know, within our midst, we have a professional journalist. And not only that, he has some experience in running a blog, and that person was Tim Schreiner. So then we called Tim, and he jumped right in, and has, in my opinion, done a wonderful job. And then after a little bit more time, we interfaced with Carol Tonigan, and she was willing to help us get some of this going, put up some blogs to encourage a lot of our classmates, and everybody loves Carol Tonigan. We thought, what a perfect person to play that role. So, and then it was Carol then, at that time, she said, you know what, Tim, Terry, and I, she named us the Three Amigos. And then the Three Amigos decided, you know what, we can't handle responsibility, but we can handle titles. So we decided we're going to give Carol a title, and it's called the Senior Vice President of Classmate Oh, I guess we're gonna have to take that back. No, it's called the Senior Vice President for Classmate Integration. So, at this time, every title needs a certificate, so I want Carol to come up here and we're gonna give her a certificate. I'm not quite ready yet, Carol. Just stand here. Stand here. And we thought, well, what could be more appropriate in the publishing business than a Pulitzer Prize? However, we really thought, you know, we can't really call it a Pulitzer Prize as it's classically spelled, so we chose to call it Pull, P-U-L-L, It's, I-T-S, Her, H-E-R, Prize. So here we have, it's called the Pulitzer Prize, and I'm just going to read the certificate. So it's on behalf of the class of 1966, and as a reward for her intrepid and fearless blogging skills, the three amigos award the Pulitzer Prize to our own digital diva, Carol Tonigan, with the title of Senior Vice President of Classmate Integration. So let's give Carol a hand. You can sit down now. All right, well, anyway, I'll get started here. So we launched the things that I talked about, the website, the blog, the Facebook page, and the YouTube site, all in the name of the class of 1966. And first I'm just going to talk a little about the website. And I would like to think of the website as really like the class of 66 library. So when you come in the door, or if you find this on your link, this is what you're going to see right here. And this is how it looks right now, but we will change it after the reunion because we've moved on from that now. But the way this library works, or our website, is that when you come into any library, you want to know where all the resources are. So there are going to be a lot of tabs on this website that function like doors to information. And they're going to be, you can see them listed up here, up there. And you click on any one of them, and they're described as, like now they're called the homepage, classmates, remember, Aberdeen Today, in memoriam, which many of you have seen. You click on them and they'll take you through another door or another piece of information. It could be a video, it could be pictures, it could be a story, it could be a slideshow. But it's all about us. It's all about the information you send in, we share, we put it up there, it's what you want to see. And there are also other tabs that you can touch, and this is going to be connected to the other tools, the blog, Facebook, and the YouTube. So you'll see other tabs directing you to the other sites. And you click on them, and they're going to take you to the other site. So that's really about as simple, that's how I look at it. I'm a simple man, and that's how I would describe it. We also have, right now, there's a tab there called Subscribe. We're going to put out a newsletter, and that newsletter is going to come out of a special new data management program we have. When we get everybody's contact information in that, it's a very secure system. You don't have to worry about compromise to your computer. The emails cannot come out of there, cannot be contaminated, so you can feel rest assured when you open them. They're safe to open. The newsletter down there at the end, we're going to send that out to people periodically based upon what you tell us is going on. If we know that everybody in Arizona and California want to get together, we're gonna let everybody in the whole class know. But then people in that area, we're going to give you the means to start to have your own regional gathering, your own regional reunion, and it's going to be as simple as that. These newsletters, they're available. They'll be sent to you. You can subscribe to them, or you don't have to subscribe to them. It's really up to you. And if you don't have a computer, if you wear that badge of honor, like I'll never join Facebook, that's okay. You don't have to. If you don't have a computer, go to the public library and access their computers. And you can do all this stuff there if you want. You don't have to invest in it. Some people don't believe in computers, and I avoided Facebook myself until this guy got me involved in this. So now I'm trying to navigate myself through Facebook, and it's a learning experience. But it can be fun. It's a social networking. It's a tool that's out there. for everyone to use. It's going to connect us all. And all these tools then are going to allow us to stay connected. We're not going to be dependent upon planning a reunion. And all the things that we even do here, we're going to videotape this. It'll be available on our YouTube site. People who didn't make it are going to be able to watch it at home. So now, that's really about all I wanted to do. I'm going to keep it short and simple and sweet. Now I'm going to ask Tim Schreiner, who I've known since early days at Sacred Heart, and I could tell, he's taken a while to get here, I could tell a few stories, but he's always starting to move fast now. But Tim's going to talk about the blog and the Facebook site. Here's Tim.
So if everything Bob said to you, if everything Bob said to you doesn't make sense, just call your 10-year-old grandson and explain it to you, because that's really all you need. I'm just going to be really brief. You don't really need to know what a blog is, but it's where when we write articles or you tell us about information about something you've accomplished or you've achieved, and we write about it, it goes on the blog, and then we put something up on Facebook that says, hey, there's this longer piece on the blog, and if you click on the little box that comes on Facebook, it'll take you there and you can read it, and you see all the other comments people have made, and so on. So it's pretty easy. Most people are on Facebook. We've already got, I don't know, 150 people who have joined the Facebook page for the reunion. All you have to do is put in Central Reunion or CHS Class of '66 Reunion, and you'll find it on the Facebook page.
9,000 blog hits today.
Yeah, we had 9,000 hits on our blog of the various articles. We probably got, I don't
60.
know, 30 or 40 articles up there.
60.
60 articles.
Yeah.
So lots of information, things that I didn't even know about classmates. The people have done incredible things in this class, and a lot of that's starting to get up there. So the bottom line of this really is, instead of waiting every 5 or 10 years to find out what your classmates are up to, you can go on Facebook or go look at the blog or look at the website, whichever one you prefer to do, and you'll be able to find out what's going on with your classmates. And if there's something you've done, you can let us know what it is. Yeah, you can let us know what it is, and if you don't fancy yourself a writer, send it in and we'll work on it and clean it up and whatever. Imagine me cleaning something up. That's kind of hard to imagine. Anyway, so just so you don't forget, these cards that are all in your badges, there's a card in each one of your badges, and there's some at the reception desk on the way out. They've got all the the address of our Facebook page and all that the YouTube site, the website. It's all on there. So the idea is that we can keep this going and keep in touch with each other as we all spread out, across the country and retire to different places. So that's the idea of what we're trying to do. And later on, if you have ideas, we'll have a little open discussion if you want. So just take your card with you, and when you're looking to find this stuff, the card will tell you where to go.
Thank you, Tim. Just a little story about Tim. As you notice, he's wearing long hair, and I ran into him, and we were going to meet, and he said, Bob, I got to run and get something to tie my hair up, so we had to go look for a scrunchie one morning. So